last year, there were a lot of regulators, policy, legal persons who were there who they really weren't interested in the tech part of it. They really weren't interested in decoding firewall logs and so on. What they wanted to ensure is that their ministries of national security, that the telecom operators, that the country itself had legal basis on which to search for information, prosecute persons, get information from this external network, and so on. So it does flow into it, and it has to harmonize with those other components, or else what you will have is in a SIRT's attempt to track the source of an attack, track certain connections and so on, may find yourself in legal trouble by intruding on somebody else's network. In doing things like scanning somebody else's network, which you're not supposed to or didn't get permission for, that kind of thing. Does that answer?
Yeah. So in other words, is Caribnog actually gearing or steering the Caribbean regulators to that extent where it is you have one point of access where information and stuff like that is coming from, rather than different SIRTs on a particular island or country?
Right now we're in the development phase of that, in which not Caribnog specifically, because Caribnog, because of its technical operations and so on, would mostly or would primarily come in at the level of the incident response and technical activity. The other parts of this are, however, being coordinated through the CTU, Caribbean Telecommunications Union, in concert with other CARICOM bodies. So CTU would have some amount of, would liaise with impacts and CARICOM heads of state or relevant parties at that level. And that was actually the context for the OAS meeting, in which CTU was invited to participate as it's able to help to coordinate the telecom, the operator side of things, and talk to various persons in government. So there's a general a wave of various parties being put together on this, in which the Caribnog and C2 is just one element. But there's actually a pretty extensive activity also going on in government departments and legal parts of it. All right, so SIRT. Right. If we talk about incident management in general, just in general, and again, this is not necessarily national or regional, so just the whole actual incident management, and this is where a lot of us would already be active. Your incident management process, it could just be based on a group of persons that's put together ad hoc at the time to deal with that particular thing. It could be a set of procedures that is followed by whoever is there, like a set of network administrators. If there's an incident, if there's an attack, there's a listed set of things that you must do. So these people aren't specialists. However, they can follow the process that's laid out. Or it can be a designated group of persons who themselves are responsible for it. And that's where the SIRT comes in. SIRT operations, the SIRT is designated to be the contact point for any kind of incidents, and we're basically talking about, well, I'll go into more detail on the next slide. Incident feedback, when something happens, the actual incident support, in terms of dealing with the denial of service, the virus, and this and that, send out advisories, and to collaborate with other SIRTs. That's a major part of the responsibility.